Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
It is Hump Day, Wednesday, November 15th, 2017. Hard to believe, Jen. It's, I don't know what, 40 Christmas days till 40 shopping days till
Till
Christmas now. I mean,
Christmas,
time really
yeah.
does fly when, when you're an old bird. Jen's like, speak for yourself, Rosie. Anyway, good morning,
Yeah,
honey.
good morning, sweetie.
She's talking to me today. I was on absolute silence, good girl behavior yesterday, last night, and then no Windows XP coming on at 100 decibels this one. Smiling, happy Missy
It
Jen.
was
Good
all like,
morning to all of you. We're going to be putting up a couple videos today. This is not going to be our usual
yeah.
shits and giggles morning chooch because yesterday we went around, we took the opportunity with the good weather in the afternoon after I got home from work. We went around to a couple sites in Santa Rosa to see what was going on. You know, it's been 5 weeks, closing in on 6 weeks since the fire. And I guess we were kind of surprised. Resources, I guess, are so stretched thin that over at the Poorer Journeys and Mobile Home Park, nothing had really been done
Nothing. They
over
just
there.
cleared it with the asbestos. They cleared the EPA. And I just looked at the Daily Democrat this morning. They are, I think,
87% done.
87% done clearing everything with EPA altogether.
And the problem is, you know, if your house, your shelter survived, like you'll see in this video, you really are in limbo land, like a Journey's End mobile home park. I'm not going to go through all the in depth, but these people are in a very dire strait over here, and they're not getting much in the way of attention and things. So we hope to bring attention to that situation. And of course, we went up to the higher for the first time in almost 6 weeks. We were able to get into places we've not gotten into, the really ultra wealthy. You were really appalled by what you saw, not only but just the lack of good construction and stuff up
Yeah, when
there.
you have
Devastated.
half-inch plywood and then you have this fake
Stucco,
masonry
yeah.
stucco added onto it. And I just watched actually on the Press Democrat the fires going on. The reporter actually was up there during the fire, bless his heart, and he actually had taken some footage of the houses that we saw yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw how they were ablaze. I mean, that stuff just incinerates and just goes up in
Yeah,
ashes.
so it's our hope. I mean, you cannot use the same flat area construction methods up on hills when you're very prone to hillside fires that are virtually impossible to fight. I mean, you're not going to get any assets airborne in the air for at least 24 hours. You're going to be long gone before they start fighting a fire with water drops and things like that, before they get that organized. So it's kind of our hope that they use better. They require more sturdy building materials up there because I'll tell you, Jen, it's just appalling to see that there's
and
these homes were like paper mache. I mean, it was like incredibly bad. And these are 2 to 5. These were gigantic, enormous,
gigantic,
wealthy, super
wealthy
wealthy.
houses.
I've never even been up to that
Super beautiful looking, sometimes like Roman
show
castles.
homes and stuff. But the real reason we're
But
talking, the real topic today is really about the mental health aspects, and
right.
we've seen that start to play out now after tragedy. You have a certain core of people that are desperate, that don't know how to take care of themselves, and then you have other people that are just flat out just stressed, and they snap. And unfortunately, we had what'll be probably the first of many. We had a dentist up on had a nice home up in uh, either Mark West
It
Springs
was
or
in
something over there.
Oakmont. It was northeast Fountain Grove.
Yeah. and they found
in the
him dead.
Oakmont
He had
area.
taken a gun to his head. And this is a dentist,
That
so
was right before his wife and the insurance adjuster was coming out to evaluate, to assess the damage. He had gone out and had looked at everything and just couldn't bear it. And
yeah, I think this is going to be a problem because now they've applied for a mental, or they've been granted a mental health grant, but probably those that need it the most won't ever get it, and those that
70
don't
years
need it will get
old.
a lot of attention. So this will probably be a prominent fact going forward. People that take their own life in the face of this, and it's not ironic, but it's we have a county board of supervisors. Of course, the city of Santa Rosa is within the county of Sonoma. So you have the city of Santa Rosa Council, City Council, and on the you also have the Sonoma County Board of Supervisors that sits there, and the chief, the head of the board of supervisors, is intimately familiar with taking one's life
Trauma,
because her
right.
husband did so about 4 or 5 years ago. So they're definitely on red alert and things like that. So you compound that with the fact, like today, overnight and into the day, we're looking at potentially 4 inches of rain, and things are just going to look even uglier before they get better with
Right,
with
because
mudslides and sinkholes and things like that start to develop. So I'm a little concerned. I went back last night. I did some research on New Orleans and Katrina, and of course, Katrina wiped out hundreds of thousands of homes, but it left the foundation standing. It left the infrastructure. The power could
and
be
it was
put back.
all flat land.
Yeah, it was all flat land, and the cleanup could be kind of modeled one after another, but it's so
Right.
totally different here with you have underground drainage pipes that have burned away and left huge, potential for the earth to collapse. It's a very complicated situation here, and we just hope that the city and county are up to that, because it's just, even though Santa Rosa is a big city of almost 200,000 people, it's always been run like a little country town with leadership that basically is more ceremonial in nature than used to working with problems and big. And I think any city would be really stressed to deal with, even New York City, to have, imagine Manhattan just gets burned down, and you can imagine New York, the other boroughs trying to put that back together again of New York City. So it's sometimes I worry how it's going to come out. The end result, New Orleans shrunk by about 15% so far, and a lot of changes to the population and things. It became more gentrified with the rebuilding, and it kind of lost a little bit of its soul and its flavor. So I think we'll probably, when all is said and done, Jen, this will probably be probably the 20,000 residents that have been displaced or losing otherwise. We'll probably lose, in a city of 200, we'll probably lose maybe 20,000 people or so that just choose. They don't have the money to rebuild. They have to go through a bankruptcy process. The insurance money is too little and not enough to cover the mortgage and those kind of situations. But of course, other people in the Bay Area will see that as an opportunity to come in and live in a desirable place, and we'll see. But for now, we've seen, yesterday was the first day some of the stresses were really revealed, and you'll see some of one of the interviews I had with some residents who actually say it would have been better if our place had burned down because of the situation we now find ourselves in. And some of these older folks in their 80s and stuff, that this trauma is just going to snuff them out. Anyway, not our usual chooch this morning, but life isn't always, rainbows and ice cream and peppermint candy cane. Sometimes it's the hard slap of reality, and we are continuing to live, and we'll follow the biggest, the deadliest and costliest wildfire in U.S. history, and we can't turn our backs on what happens here in the community. And a lot of people have asked us to continue to update that and keep you guys posted if nothing else, to watch a recovery process, to watch the smooth sailing, and to watch the bumps in the road that come along too. Remember, we lost 6,000 homes in the area here, and that's 6,000 people that basically have to act as their own contractors once their sites are cleared. It's going to be really something for the city to get its head around how they work with the planning department, flooded with a continuous stream of rebuilding.
They're now in the process already for a couple days to remove the burned out vehicles from the streets.
Yeah, so work
to clear out the
continues here.
streets, so the cleaning efforts have already begun.
Guess it's just a case of priorities. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. Just a little update here on the Great Santa Rosa fire. There'll be a couple videos. Today is going to be probably one day a week we'll concentrate on fire, and it'll probably be Tuesday we'll get the videos, and Wednesday we'll put them up. So thanks so much for being along, everybody. Have a wonderful
Thank you so
Wednesday.
much.